All right, everybody, thank you so much for coming out here for Project Water. Another year. We're doing it in person again, which is just amazing to see all these faces. For those that don't know me, I'm Anthony Farnell. I'm the Chief Meteorologist over at Global News. And there's a heat alert for a large chunk of southern Ontario, Toronto probably included in that come tomorrow. Humidex above 40, so I hate to say it, but this is a very timely initiative, and these water bottles are going to get back to the places they need to be, the different places around the city, and then they're going to be on the streets by tomorrow, which is just great timing. So I've been helping out here for now a bit over a decade. I've been working with Jody. I've been working with a lot of the same year after year volunteers, but also sponsors. So it's just a pleasure to be here, and of course the winter initiative as well. So with hot temperatures, especially at this time of year, when you have a humidex of 40, our bodies can't handle it. They can't handle it if it happens in August, but it's that first heat wave of the year in particular that we sweat, but of course that sweat is our way to cool down, and if it's so humid, the sweat doesn't evaporate, so we don't have that natural cooling, and that's what we're expecting tomorrow and coming up later in July, August. I think it's going to be another hot summer like it seems everyone is, and of course the homelessness problem is even bigger. So I'm going to let Jody speak a little bit more about that, and yeah, thanks again for having me here today.
Thank you, Anthony, for always supporting us, and hopefully we'd really like you as the Chief Meteorologist to turn the temperature down on the summer weather.
Yeah,
we really appreciate that,
yeah.
all right? Sadly, we don't want to be here. I mean, I can't believe it's been a decade. I remember your first year, and many of you have been coming year after year. We should not have homelessness. That's the message. Homelessness can be solved. This is a Band-Aid solution. For those of you, every year I say, we do not want to be here, but we have committed. And we couldn't do our projects that engage in change without some incredible people who are here year after year. Firstly, I want to give a huge shout out to my board. It's a very sparse board. Put your hands up, board members, and give these people some loving. They don't even have a need to change clothing for them. Okay? Rhonda, who is not here right now, is over in our other warehouse getting supplies, but we're all a grassroots board. I'd like to welcome Kathy. She is now our event organizer, and we're really, really proud. Kathy's busy doing something. But for Project Water, we couldn't do it without something really simple. Does everybody know what that is? Water! That was my husband, very smart man. So I would like to give a huge shout out, Crystal. Crystal, just put your hand up, okay? Crystal is with a company called Blue Triton, which is formerly Nestle Waters Canada. 20 plus years they have been donating millions of bottles of water. Today alone, we're going to be giving out over 700,000 bottles of water to over 200 social service agencies, outreach, and drop-ins. And it's not enough. We need more. So how sad is that the agencies we're serving don't have access to drinking water, drinking fountains? Homelessness is not a downtown Toronto problem. It's just, it's breath everywhere. So we're so grateful to you, Crystal, and please tell your entire team, even through being bought out, they were so dedicated and said, we will be here to help you. And we couldn't be doing this without you. So everybody show Crystal some love. The other really important partners who are here today, CIBC. Carmela, put your hand up. Yay! I'm proud to tell you that CIBC is my bank for 34 years. And through thick or thin, they are always here helping out. They've committed to the community, and they are making a difference every day. Thank you to all of you.
Tomorrow,
Scotiabank, Nancy, another huge champion. Nancy, also for decades, okay? You guys are incredible, and we have, how awesome is we have all the red t-shirts working side by side, not competing. We love that. Toronto Police Services and Police Traffic Services. We're going to talk to Don.
Which is going on behind me. That's Jody speaking now. We got the
if it wasn't for the police. The police are a lot of times the first person on site, and they're the first people. So they're today making sure everything smells smoothly, everyone's safe, directing traffic, and we're going to hear from them. And a very important part of the project is the Salvation Army, right? I have with Glen, you're going to hear from him in a second. The ministry units right throughout, he's going to talk to you about what's really going on out there. The other people, we have Perimeter here, wonderful partner the last several years are here. We have Origo, we have Starbucks here feeding all of you. We have Fortigo Freight, and Ted, I don't know where Ted is, but you know, trucking 8 tractor trailer loads of water is a lot of work. So thank you to all of Fortigo Freight. Home Depot for bringing all the water around to forklifts and everything else. And my personal team at the Bargain Street and Kids for a Cause, you're volunteering 12 hours a day basically. Some days, thank you guys. You guys are slugging it. And they're the black shirts that are amazing. So further ado, Glen, I would love for you to talk about what you're seeing out there. Tell them the things that they don't know, how bad it is, and anything else you'd like to share with us. I think it's such an important part.
A pleasure. Well, listen, folks, thank you for coming out today. We can't do it, as Jody has shared, and what I've seen over the years, we can't do it alone. We do it in community. We do it with partners, and that's the only way that this works. And quite frankly, it's the best way that this works. So it's so great to see so many people here in person. Wonderful to do this again. But, you know, it is one of those things that, as Anthony was saying, our bodies need to cool off. They can't handle it. And I'll say, from the Salvation Army's perspective, what we see on the street is a life and death situation. We are seeing individuals who are struggling with homelessness, individuals who are struggling with the needed supports every single day. Our teams are out there on the streets partnering with other groups, other organizations to try to support individuals on the streets, those experiencing homelessness. And water goes a very, very long way, especially with a heat alert on right now. We've got that heat alert going into the weekend. I was just hearing from our team in Hamilton, 43 degrees today with the humidity. That's going to be high and very difficult for so many people. Not just those experiencing homelessness, but seniors, young parent families who may not have the money to put in air conditioning or have fans available. And so it's organizations like the Salvation Army and other agency partners that are making it possible to use these resources that are so generously donated by Blue Triton and partnered in delivery with so many other organizations. It just makes it possible for us to save lives every single day. I heard from a couple of individuals last year when we did the delivery of water on the streets. Our teams were out handing bottled water and some of the kits, the sunblock and some of those important items to people that were living on the streets. And the words that they kept coming up were, you know, thank you, of course, we appreciate it. But the biggest word that tugs at our heartstrings every time is, it's so nice to know that somebody actually cares about us. That is what comes across every time. So just know that the work that you're doing, the volunteer hours that you're putting in, the 12 hours that your teams are putting in relation to the Engage and Change in Project Water, people are receiving this and they are knowing that they're cared for, that they're loved, that they're important. And that is something that the Salvation Army wants to convey to them every day, that there is hope and that in community, they are part of our community, neighbors helping neighbors. So thank you again for doing all that you do to support this event. Jody, I'm going to say it right here. I'll be the first one to say it. Thank you for all that you do to lead this event every single year. Yeah, exactly. Jody, you and your team are making a difference in the lives of thousands of people every single year, and it is so critically important. We can't do it without you, and can't do it without all of you. So God bless you all. Thank you very much. And I'm around, so if you want to know more about what the Salvation Army is doing with these bottles of water and what other organizations like ours are doing, just come on in, and I'd be happy to have a conversation. Bless you.
Thanks a lot, Glen. All right, so oftentimes the first people on the streets, finding people in need, needing water, dehydrated, whatever it may be, are your local Toronto police. So just to speak a little bit more about that, I've got Staff Sergeant John Stockfish from 13 Division to say a few words. John?
Thank you very much. We're very honored and privileged to be here in support of Project Water. Since its inception in 1999, I believe it's about, I don't know how many billions of bottles that have been out there for the people that truly, truly need it. we see it every day. Our neighborhood officers and my team is out here today. We see the impacts, the poverty, we see homelessness, we see addiction, and it's very, very tragic, it's very difficult, and we're sort of at the front lines, and this is a great way when I see the outreach and all the agencies, and including us, if we have that, to build those relationships and sort of make a difference and make sure that they get what we take for granted for many times is the basic necessities of life. Simple things of water and food and health and resources. So, again, very, very honored to be part of what Jody and her team, Engage in Change, has done over the last few years, and it continues to do it. We were there last year with COVID. That added a considerable amount of different pressures and different impacts to people, and it still continues. It's not getting any better. And Jody says it best. We shouldn't be here and having to deal with this, and unfortunately it's increasing. So we have to do whatever we can, and really a big shout out to all the volunteers, because I was saying this earlier, like volunteerism is so underappreciated, and people donating their time and energy to meaningful agencies, even foundations, and just your time is your most precious thing. So the fact that you're out here and you're helping and supporting a worthy cause, I know we feel very honored and blessed to be a part of it, and we will just do what we can. So thank you.
Thank you, Staff Sergeant. And before we wrap things up, Jody told me this story. I didn't even really believe her when she told me this morning how recent it was and how the need is even greater this year. So Jody, just maybe explain what's happened in the last week.
So as Staff Sergeant Stockfish said, things change by the minute in the sector. And a lot of the people here are business people, but just this morning we had to have an intervention with a homeless couple with some mental health issues. Thank God 13 Division was here. They had to go over. They were harassing some of the shelters and agencies picking up the water. They had to deal with that. These are people who need help. And it's really sad, but thank you. I mean, even this morning you were there to help us. And something else is going on right now. Our temporary warehouse that was donated for Project Winter Survival, that many of you were there, someone broke in this week and stole a whole bunch of our supplies that have been donated. So this just happened, and the Bargains Group van is going back and forth. We're getting everything we can as we speak out of that warehouse. Somebody came in and stole supplies for the homeless. How bad is that? So I'm making a plea. Many people say to us, what do you need at Engage and Change? Because we're all volunteers, right? We need help. We need more companies who want to step up and be here and have an engagement event in the winter. We do it in the middle of January, but now we need even more help. The price of sleeping bags has doubled or tripled because of supply chain issues, and now someone just stole the ones that we got. All right, kits? So please help us, help the homeless, engageandchange.org, or contact us. We would love to get you involved, and literally as early as in the last 60 minutes, we've now had a robbery on top of that. So thank you for all being here. Thank you for doing everything you can. And let's spread kindness. And Anthony, thank you for being here. I remember your first year. You were so green, and now you're so passionate and helping, and you're really, really, really.
It's the green screen. It was a green screen behind me, but yeah. And actually, as we were talking, I said a decade. I think it's been more like 14 or 15 years. So it's been a long time. Thanks, Jody and everybody for having me, and again, all the volunteers. Engageandchange.org, and also the City of Toronto. I just want to put it out there. I know I've been vocal on Twitter as well. Like, get more washrooms open, get more water fountains around the city, so that they're just a place. I know this really was a problem during COVID, but it's still a problem as we use the parks more. And I have a house to get back to, and oftentimes I'm thirsty and have to go to the bathroom. There are a lot of people that don't have that. So the more parks, the more public facilities that are open, the better as well. So engageandchange.org, thank you so much. And for all you guys, I'm glad we're doing this today and not tomorrow, because it is going to be a scorcher. So keep up the good work, and I know you got a busy day today, so thanks. And we were live on Global News as well, so it's always good to get the message out.
Okay. Kathy, I think you want to come over here and take back over? I think we're getting back to loading up trucks, I believe. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, we got very happy. Hi everybody. Thank you for coming, everybody. We have an agency who's been patiently waiting to finish loading their vehicle with water. So Carria, if we could get you to pop open your trunk again, we're going to finish loading in those last 3 cases.
Would I be able to talk? Would I be able to talk with you on our live stream for our event?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's still going live here. Maybe with you and John together. That would be great. Just right here. Just there. You guys can stand right there. I'll get a good shot.
Yeah, it's a good photo, isn't it?
The way of the world here. So, can you introduce yourself to us?
Yes, my name is Crystal. I'm with Pure Life Blue Triton brands. I've been with the organization for 14 years. It was Nestle Pure Life, and now it's Blue Triton. So I've done this event a number of times and come and pack some stuff. It's a great event, and we're super excited to be a part of it.
Well, thank you very much on behalf of the event and the people that are receiving this water. I think it's great. John, you're out on the street. I know you said some things up there about front line and things like that. Myself being a retired cop, I know that cops have carried these kits and the water and stuff in the cars and stuff like that. Can you tell us just what the impact is for a project like this?
Well, I think these nice, like these kind gestures that when we have the ability or have the means of being able to, provide the water, we see it, especially in the summer months, and we see the people struggling. And again, as you know, Scott, like we're dealing with mental health issues, we're dealing with addiction and substance abuse issues, we're dealing with financial impacts of people's lives right now. We're seeing like with inflation and all these factors. And people are hurting. There are a lot of pain and sometimes dire straits. But a simple gesture really kind of makes those connections and builds those relationships, which help us and in turn help them. So.
Good. Well, any last words, Crystal?
Just that things like Jody is a hero, and more people need to do more to help. Mental health is a big issue right now. I know there's a new 988 number that's coming out, and I'm glad the government's stepping up and doing more things for mental health. And I just, I hope that we can help more with Jody's group, and she's an amazing person, so for what she does.
Well, thanks for talking with both of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your generosity.
How long have you been retired?
2 years.
Oh, yeah?
2 years. So that's it. There are a whole bunch of social service agency trucks that are coming in here, and they back in, and these people load them up with all this water. And to the people out there watching online, thank you for joining us. And if you need to reach us for anything else, you can use any footage. Hopefully it's okay. I know the audio probably wasn't the best, but feel free to use any of this footage in your newscasts. Share it on your social media. The details are Project Water, the water line to the homeless. Project Water is a bargains group initiative and a give back where you live project. And projectwater.ca is one of the websites for it. The big website is the charity that kind of runs all this. It's Engage and Change. You can actually donate online there. It's a registered charity. You get a tax receipt. It helps them to do all the work that they're doing. engageandchange.org. That is the main website. Thank you very much for joining us here today, and we'll get back to loading trucks down the road at the Home Depot, who also sponsor this event. All of the agencies are going there. They've got times that they come in here to get loaded up, and then they go back home. And they're from the entire Greater Toronto area. I believe there's over 150 just alone coming today, and I know Jody mentioned there's upwards of 200. They'll keep coming to get these supplies. It's very needed. Thanks for watching.